Hi guys, good evening. So as usual, get warmed up a little bit, get moving. We'll let a couple more people come in and then we'll get started. Okay, so guys, tonight what we're going to do, we're going to start off with a warm-up similar to last week. So our kneeling, crawling, and some marching. So we got good reviews last week after the crawling, so we'll include a bit more of that now. We're going to look for the self-defense part today at some striking, but moving to different angles. So for self-defense training, we shouldn't be defending and attacking too much. We want to integrate both areas. So we're going to look at attacking forward for self-defense. We're going to look at attacking the side and attacking backwards. But also defending ourselves, so where we're hit or where we're grabbed and we need to defend ourselves. So using some striking to do that. For strength, we're going to keep the squats in there. So we have our different variations of our squats, our bat wings, our mountain climbers. And then we're going to do our rounds similar to last week. So mixing some defensive techniques in with our striking. And then we'll finish today with the tactical frog, because it's a while since we did a good frog workout. Okay. So guys, start in a tall position. Okay, straight line from our shoulders down to our ankles. We're going to move at our shoulders and just start just the arms moving here. Okay, so try not let the body turn side to side as your arms are moving. Try have your elbow kind of striking backwards and work the arms opposite to each other. So think like a sprinter. You want that stable core, and you want the arms just moving here. So you're not just letting this arm fall, you're pulling the elbow back. You're actively pulling the elbow back as the other one comes up. And you try fight the rotation with your body. So your body wants to rotate. If you relax, this happens. You're fighting that. It's no different when you're swinging a kettlebell, one hand, or you're doing your planks, which you'll get onto later. Now, we come to a standing position. And then you can still see me. And we'll go to our marches. So keep that same idea with your arms, but now opposite arm, opposite leg. So your knee is coming up. And again, no rotation of the trunk, just lift that knee, keep your heel on the ground, the opposite foot, pull your elbow backwards. And just that march. This cross body pattern that comes into our crawling, the marching comes into sprinting. And it's a very natural thing to do. It's the reason why in like traditional martial arts, in Taekwondo, you pull your hand to your hip as you're striking. Okay, it's helping generate power on the opposite side. You get the knee coming nice and high. And again, a stable trunk. So you're not letting your body turn, you're not letting your hips bend, you're not letting your stomach bend. Good. So from here, let's go to our 6-point position. So the ball over feet, hips over knees, shoulders over wrists, our eyes forwards, and we're just rocking. So in all of these positions, we want that stable spine. So what people would say is a straight back, but we don't really use the term straight back because our spine is an S shape. So we just don't want the S shape changing. So not arching one way or the other as we're moving. Now, staying in the middle. This time we will change the shape of our spine. So touch your chin to your stomach, and then bring your eyes to the roof. Kind of a cat camel movement. Good. And then just stay in the middle. This time lifting one leg and the opposite hand. So left hand, right leg. Just slightly off the ground. So your knee and your foot and your hand. Don't let your hips move. Imagine you're balancing a glass of water on your back. So no movement with your back, just your hand and your foot. Good. And from there, in steps on the ground, sit your butt back to your heels. Hand on the elbow, again as usual, not letting the elbow movement. The movement's coming from your upper back. So guys, just at the end of the class, we'll give a quick update about our outdoor training. So we had a group start back on Monday. We're limited with the numbers, we can start back, switch sides. So we're limited with the numbers of the size of the group. So we're splitting people up into 3 days and having everybody train once a week. And maybe some people who are in the club didn't get the memo about it. You might have got a message or not on Facebook. Afterwards, I'll just tell you what to do. Just give me a message and we can send details and get you into one of the groups. But we come back to the middle. What we're going to do here now is just lift our knees slightly off the ground, and let's do the same idea as before. So just lift, pause, and down. So now it's only 2 hands, 2 feet. Your knees are close to the ground. Lift one hand and lift the opposite foot. And switch. And still the same idea. Have a glass of water balancing your back. So you will want to rotate a little bit as you lift. Fight that. So even though your body is like moving, it's having to reflexively adapt to your limbs moving to keep that stable spine. Good, we come back in. So go to the 6-point position, all the feet, knees and hands. Reach our fingertips out and reach our heel in the opposite direction. And we switch. So not thinking of lifting your hand up high, think of reaching your fingertips and your heels as far away from each other as possible. As little circles. Switch. So reach far away, then little circles. Hard to get your arm and leg moving at the same time. Good, come back in. Now 2 on the same side. So left hand, left leg, and we switch. We switch again. Good. So we'll go back to our crawling. We're going to go forwards 5 steps, back 5 steps, left 5 steps, right 5 steps. If you've only space for 3 steps, do that, but try not to stop. Okay, so we'll start with the easy one, 6 points, so 2 feet, 2 knees, 2 hands. Eyes are forwards, just going forwards, and again, have that same cross body pattern. So left hand is working with right leg, right hand is working with left leg. 5 steps, and you're changing. Just pay attention to your lower back. Think of having a glass of water balancing your back. You don't want that to move. Take small steps. If you take big steps, you end up moving your hips. Good. From here, knees like a centimeter, an inch off the ground. Okay, so keep your knees quite low. Again, if you take big steps, your hips start to turn. We want to fight that. So small steps, again, something balancing your back. 5 forward, 5 back, 5 left, 5 right, and keep going to let the lift stop. One more time. Good. And your rest. Just kneel up tall. Take your hands to the side. Just get our S's going. Just keep your chin up. Keep your chest up. Don't let your elbow dip forwards. Good. We'll go back to our crawling. This time our bear walk. So knees are straight. You're trying to point your heels towards the ground. Your heels might touch the ground, but push them towards the ground a little bit. Get that stretch in the back of the legs. Your knees straight, feet maybe about shoulder distance. And the same idea. Left foot, right hand. As you're going sideways, it's like you're making two triangles. So your feet are closed, your hands are wide. Your hands are closed, your feet are wide. So it's just like a really effective way of exercising. It's good for strength, it's good for core strength, it's good for your movement, your coordination. If you set a clock and crawl with loads of different variations for 2 minutes, you'll know all about it. So it's like a nice efficient, quick warm-up. It's not hard on your joints. Good, we'll come out of there. Okay, and from there, just our Egyptian. So think of holding two bowls. From one bowl upside down. Keep your palms facing up as you switch. If you think you're holding two bowls of water, don't let the water spill. You switch one side to the other. Good. Very quickly, our caterpillar. So we done this last time. You stretch your feet out. You're going to shift your hands forward. You're going to flex your ankles. You're going to go onto your toes. Push your hands and bring yourself forward. So lift yourself up. Slowly come forward. Don't drag yourself on the ground. And then going backwards. So you're going to roll over your toes. So really put your weight on your hands. Stretch your feet out. Lift yourself up. Push yourself back. Good. And we'll come up. Just very quickly go back to our 6-point position. Keep that neutral spine and just rock a little bit. So what you're doing here pretty much is a squat. But it's a squat with no weight. So you stand up, the weight of your body, even if you're not holding a kettlebell or whatever, the weight of your body is on your joints, it's on the movement. Here it's squatting, but with no weight. Good. And we'll come up. So, guys, we're going to work to some striking. And striking we're going to look at for the start, just a quick round of shadow fighting. So, last couple of weeks the theme has been the difference between sport fighting and self-defense fighting. So sport fighting, we're talking about a round of a certain length, and we're talking about protecting yourself at all time, not going too wild, too crazy, too quick, about keeping a good measured pace, because you have to be able to fight for 2 2s or 5 3s or whatever it is, okay, or 10 3s or 12 3s for a boxer. We're looking to keep moving, keep yourself protected, get our combinations going, okay, and we'll keep like a steady pace. Okay, little spikes up and down with your speed. Okay, just start off just attacking the front. Just our hands first. Now as you're moving, start bringing some kicks in, so front kicks, roundhouse kicks, some side kicks, bring the different strikes in. Relax. So, guys, next couple of rounds, I want short, sharp bursts, thinking more that self-defense style. So, the idea now is you're in a situation, you can't escape, it turns physical, you still are trying to escape, but the possibility isn't there yet. So instead of trying to half escape and half fight, and being like the rabbit in headlights and not making a decision, you're going to attack towards the target, you're going to attack with aggression, you're going to attack with speed, you're going to give yourself a chance to escape, you'll create that, and as soon as that becomes possible, you get out of there. But you're not between two minds. If you can escape, 100% you're escaping. If we can't escape, 100% we're fighting until a chance to escape appears, and then we're taking that. Okay, so start passive first. Your hands are down, you're not ready, maybe you get hit. Okay, you're coming back fighting. Okay, so first couple of rounds start off attacking your hands, straight punches, hammers, elbows, attacking the eyes. Okay, uppercuts, hooks, all different strikes we know. Let's go. We come back in, we relax. We go again. Take our hands up, working out from semi-passive positions. You're going to half ready this time. Good. Now working from fighting stance. This time bring our legs in as well. So you can kick, you can forward and attack in. You can start at close range with hooks and uppercuts and elbows and move back and finish with a kick. So attacking in and attacking out. Little breathers in between. So it's like you're spiking the speed right up, you finish, then you start again. Good. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do now is come to attacking to the side and attacking to behind. So the self-defense situation, an attacker comes from beside you. If we turn, we're taking it now that we're going to be attacked. So one of our principles is to turn the defense into attack as quick as possible. We can't escape, so we approach it from the side. We want to get our eyes, our shoulders, our hips, our feet, our fists facing towards them. So if I'm side on like this, at least half my weapons are gone, and I can't generate power the same way as when I'm to the front. So if I'm facing here and I want to turn to you, boom, I'm going to use a hammer to take me there. So we'll start off close range. We're going to use our elbow. The elbow is going to strike, and you're going to finish in a stance. Toes, hips, shoulders, fists, eyes, everything facing forwards. So the idea we had earlier of attacking in. I'm not saying so it is here and trying to fight. If I need to fight because I can't escape, I want all my weapons facing forward towards the attacker. Let's just start with the elbow first. We come back in. Now from here, elbow, bump, and then your backhand. So you're pivoting on the foot that's far away, elbow, bump, and off the backhand. Here, elbow, backhand, hook, bump, knee. So you're going right, left, or left, right, left. Good, let's face the opposite direction. That time you're hitting an elbow because we're close range. Now the attacker's a little further away, so they're kind of medium range, so now we're going to a hammer. So start slow, the same idea, hammer, backhand, front hook, boom. Then the knee comes in. Okay, guys, taking the same idea, now we're facing backwards. So, if we're facing away, so I'm facing away from you guys, I'm not aware there's a threat behind me. If I think there's any sort of a threat, I'm getting all my weapons facing towards it if I can't escape. So if you're facing backwards, you're fully relaxed. So we say here you're in a fighting mode, here you're half ready, here you're not ready at all, here you're really not ready, because everything is facing the opposite direction, okay? So you get some kind of inkling, you look over your shoulder, you see an attacker, you immediately identify I need to attack here, so we're going to turn. It's a long distance to go. So if I'm trying to hit one hammer and turn all the way around, it's too far for me to go. I'm not going to get enough strikes frequently enough. So we're going to look, we're going to hit a hammer, and that's bringing us sideways. So what did we do when we were sideways? We hit a hammer and then we continued in an attack. So that's the idea we want now. It's not that you're hitting one hammer and turning around and fighting here. It's just too long a distance to go. You're like, rear hammer, side hammer, and then we're going to fight in. Okay? So rear hammer or rear elbow and fight in. Let's go. So here's the front. Make sure to look first. The hammer or elbow, rear then side. And one more. So, our idea basically is to escape. Get out of there as soon as we can. If we can't get out of there straight away and we have to fight, we turn a defense into attack as quick as possible. We're looking to strike, create a chance to escape. We do that unless there is an attack coming towards us or we're grabbed. Next week we'll talk more about grabs. We'll go a little bit into it today. But if there's already a strike coming towards you, we need to deal with it. So if there's a barrage of strikes come at you and you're taking damage, we look at covering, which we've covered in our classes. If there's a punch coming towards us and we can see it and we can deal with it, it's probably an inside defense or an outside defense. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go back to the attacker coming from the side. We were turning with a hammer and fighting in. Now you're imagining maybe there's a punch coming towards your head or a glass coming towards your head or something coming from the side. And if you turn on hammer, you're taking that damage. So as we turn, we're going to do what we done last week, make an outside defense. It's a natural reaction. Something comes at your head, you pull your hands up. So you see something come at your head, you pull your hands up, the way you flinch is the start of the technique. So we're here. As we turn, make a defense into an attack as quick as possible. You're punching. So earlier you had hammer then punch. Now we're putting the block and punch together. You're turning, strike onto their arm, punch, and take your hands back and fight very aggressively. So this blocking arm is only going to be used to make the block and then straight back, and it's fighting then straight away. Let's go. And switch sides. So again, the idea is here. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a hand or a knife or a stone or a bottle or a glass coming towards your head. You're turning, you're blocking, you're striking as early as possible, and you're getting your eyes and all your weapons in your body facing towards the attack. One more. Good. Okay. We'll look a little bit at being grabbed now. Okay. At our most recent beginner course, what I looked to do with grabs was to make it as simple as possible. If somebody grabs you, you ask yourself, will this kill me? So what I mean is somebody grabs your wrist, somebody grabs your shirt, somebody grabs your hair, somebody catches you in like a bear hug. It's not going to kill you. So the rules are pretty much the same. If you can't escape, you fight. Use hard parts of your body, the vulnerable areas of their body, escape as soon as you can. If they catch you in some kind of choke, you have to deal with that. We'll look at that next week. So if it's something that will kill you, like a choke, a headlock, then we have to specifically deal with that attack. If the wrist grab and it's a dangerous situation, we can just fight. Obviously, there's times where we'll do a soft solution, we'll get out of there. We're talking now dangerous situations. Okay, maybe our life is in danger. So the grabs we're going to look at today is I'm standing passive, I'm relaxed, I'm facing away, and somebody grabs me and reaches me backwards. So maybe it's a hand over the shoulder that pulls me off balance. Maybe it's somebody catching by your hair and dragging you backwards, catching your collar and pulling you backwards. What you don't have is information. So I'm standing here, I'm relaxed, I'm not aware there's danger behind me because I turn around, get my hands up if I thought there was, or I get out of there. So I'm relaxed. When I get pulled, I'm going to go that way. So as we get turned, what we're going to do is take our arm up and make this 360 block because we don't know what's back there. Maybe it's just somebody dragging you, reaching out of the way, or maybe they're dragging you and pulling you to punch you, okay, or drag you to the ground. So as you get turned, fall, get this hand up and turn. The other hand will come to your face, so you're immediately ready to start to attack, or if there is a punch coming and this arm misses it and now the punch comes, the other hand is high and it can defend. So what I want you to do is face away, let yourself lose your balance. As you turn, have this arm up and attack straight away. So maybe an attack comes, this arm catches it, maybe it doesn't, okay? That arm is just like a passive block, it's insurance. So here you get tried off balance, and you're fighting. Work to both sides. You feel yourself being dragged, your shirt is caught, your hair is caught, your collar is caught, you're pulled off balance, boom, you're fighting. Just 2 more times. Good. Okay, next one is a similar idea. You're caught by the hair, you're caught by the collar, but this time you feel it pulled downwards. So that time you're being dragged backwards. You're standing here, you're talking, and this happens. You get pulled. Okay? Now, you feel you're being pulled towards the ground. So why would this happen? Well, maybe it's a guy catching a girl by the ponytail, by her hair, reach her into the ground. Okay? Maybe it's a guy catching and hitting upwards like this, bring the head down so it's easy to attack with the hand or with the knees. So you don't know. You get pulled, you become aware of the pull, you don't know if there's any attack. You get pulled off balance and send the forearm the same. So when you were going backwards, the forearm went up, it was like swept across. Now the forearm is going down. So if there is a punch, there is a knee, boom. You have something in the way of your face and that attack. Okay? Give yourself a second. If you hit a knee there, maybe it's game over straight away. So this gives you a fighting chance. You have pulled one, boom. Now how do we turn this defensive attack? Well, if the attack to the head here, it's not very easy straight away. We're going to take this backhand, boom, we're going to hit underneath to the groin. Now, we don't know why their legs are. If the groin is available to strike, we strike. If not, maybe, boom, you catch a leg. You catch something, and our next punch is coming over the top. So 1, boom, 2. This overhead punch, a little bit wild, but very effective. And we have a video of a lot of knockouts in MMA from this kind of punch. People dropping down and coming over. We can find the video, put it in our members group. Okay, it's a very powerful punch. You're dragged backwards, 1, hitting under, boom, and then over the top here. From there, you're kind of back to square one. You're fighting and you're moving. So here, practice both sides. So visualize, picture yourself going backwards towards the ground, get the closest forearm out. You're facing away. As you get dragged backwards, forward, hit under, hit over, and move and attack. And one more time. Good. So guys, some attacking there. We're attacking from a position that we couldn't fight out, so we had to fight in. And as soon as that chance comes to escape, we want to escape. We're attacking to the side, we're attacking behind. And when we say attacking, really it's counter-attacking, self-defense, striking and self-defense. We then took it, there was a strike coming at us, we turned and fought. And then we were grabbed from behind. And when you're grabbed from behind, you don't have eyes in the back of your head, so you don't know where you're facing. So if we get pulled and turned, we're just using our arm like a general defense, just giving ourselves some chance. We turn, maybe it catches a knee, catches a hand, and then we can still fight afterwards. Okay? So guys, grab a quick sip of water. We'll come back in for strength work, our rounds, and our frog later. So if you're watching this, guys, and you have a bit of a comment, if you can't do that, let us know you're here. Okay, so quick sip of water. We'll come back for strength. Good, so we're back in. So we've Pablo, Glena, we've David, Phil, Esme, Adrian, Paul, Harry, Joe, Stuart, Phil again, watching twice and a few more, I'm sure. So guys, we're going for our strength work now. So a few different variations of squats, our bat wings, our pelvic tilts, our mountain climbers, and some press ups. Just tilt this down. So we'll start off with a regular press ups. So feet about shoulder distance. If you're think about where your feet should be when you squat, what we recommend is like jump 2 or 3 times from wherever your feet land, whatever angle they face, keep them there. So a lot of people maybe can't squat with their feet fully forward. Naturally, your feet turn out a little bit, that's fine. Once your knees point the same way. Think of there being a little seat behind you, a chair behind you, and you're going to sit backwards and down onto that chair. So at the bottom, your weight is in the heels. You're not squatting and going forward here in the ball of your feet. And only go as deep as you can, where your heels stay on the ground and you keep that neutral spine. So let's go for 12 today. At the top, clench your glutes. Good, 12. So, because we'll go for a set of press ups, we'll go for 10. If you don't go to the knees, that's fine. I prefer people to do a full press up and do like a half press up, though, because you're getting a kind of plank element as well. Let's go for 10. Good. Next is our mountain climbers. So you make that same press up position, but you'll brace your abs. So when you're here, clench your abs as tight as possible. When you do that, the muscles shorten, and you get to like a little bit of movement. So you've done that exact straight position there. It's kind of tucked position here. So clench your abs, take one knee up, and switch. Not your knees moving at the same time. One knee comes up, goes down, then the second one goes. We'll go for 12, but I didn't start counting, so just keep going until I say to stop. Good. So we'll flip to our back. Feet rough, kind of close. Hands up. You're lifting your hips, and at the top, you're squeezing your glutes. We'll go for 12 as well. Good. And then guys, we'll come back up. We'll go for a bat wing. So you're going to the wall. I think we all know by this stage, but in case you anybody new joining us, shrug your shoulders. Do the opposite. Pull your shoulders down. Go on the ball bearing your heels. Bring your feet out far. And it's about how far you push yourself off the wall. So get your thumbs back into your armpits. So push yourself up. We'll go for a hold now. Let's go. Do you feel this between the shoulder blades, the muscles there? Good. And we're back in for step 2. So step 2, we'll do some lunges. We're going to start here. We're going to step back. You're going to come up. You're going to change legs. So try to load this front leg. Let's go for 12. Drive your head up. I think it's Kasha. I catch it. I'm a bit too far away to see. I forgot to count again. We'll call that 12. Okay, goes back down for next set of press ups. Again, 10 to 12. And guys, our next set of mountain climbers, again, brace your abs and switching legs each time. Good. Pick them up. Oh, I'm going to go back down. And we'll go for pelvic tilts. Hands face up, feet close, and 12. Good. And we're back to the wall. So we'll finish round 2. Feet out nice and far, shoulders down. And let's static hold to push yourself off the wall. Good. And guys, start to set 3. So for set 3, we're going to start off with our side squat. So feet nice and wide, one leg is going through the squat. So then the squat, keep your body nice and tall. We'll go for 10 each side. So just kind of working guys towards some one leg squats. So we have our trim squats, we have our pistol squats. These are more gentle versions. Okay, so one leg is doing all the work. You're getting more than 50% of your body weight onto your leg. So you're able to work that leg a little more. And it's kind of important to work here because when your feet are parallel and you're working a regular squat, you don't know both legs are working equally. Maybe one leg is doing 60% of the work. So now you work one at a time. They both do 100% of the work at a time. You keep a little bit of balance. And they're good variations for some of our guys who are working towards the pistol squats and stuff in the strength class. These are good steps along the ladder. Okay, another set of press ups. 10 to 12 again. Okay, our mountain climbers, so brace your abs, knee to your chest, 12 times. Good. And back over guys for our pelvic tilt. So really focus on squeezing the glutes. Go for 12 again. Everybody's probably sitting a lot more now than they usually do. So it might be hard to reduce that, but a bit of an antidote to it is making sure you're keeping your glutes firing. So at the top, you really focus squeezing the glutes, keep them awake. And make sure you're getting some couch stretches in there as well during the week. And our tactical frog stretch, which will come at the end of the session today. Good. We're back to the wall. The shoulders down. Push yourself off the wall. So again, thumbs back into the armpits. How you do that? Push yourself further off the wall. I've got nice long arms. Makes this kind of hard. You feel it in the shoulder blades there. So in the strength class, we lie on our stomach, we lift 2 kettlebells. Now we're going to do the opposite of pushing yourself away from the wall. Okay, last round, we're going to go to those joining squats we had last week. So you keep your chest forwards. You're going to take one leg behind. So this leg, the front leg, is going to do the work. Don't rotate, because then you just turn it into a lunge. Keep your chest forward, take this leg behind, your chest forward, and go for 10 squats. And focus on getting that front leg doing the work. So that leg has done 100% of the work. We switch, so take this leg behind. You're putting it in like a particularly inconvenient position. So it's not able to give much assistance. When you keep that chest forward, it's hard for this leg to work. You can't put much weight on it, so the working leg gets a little bit more. Oh. And 10. So guys, we're down for our last set of press ups. 10 to 12 again. And guys, we're up for our mountain climbers. So brace your abs 12 times, meet your chest. We flip over. We smile because we're on our last set of pelvic tilts before our last set of back bends. Good. And we're up. We're back to the wall. Good. The shoulders down. Push yourself off the wall. Mark will be wondering why there's a big like wet stain here on the wall. Nobody's her. Good. Now we're done. So very quick sip of water. We're going to come in for a round. Okay, so guys, 4 rounds today. Like last week, we're switching off the sparring rounds. We're trying to make it a little bit more relevant to self-defense. So, first 2 rounds, it's going to be short bursts, short, aggressive, fast bursts. Then you stop. First 2 rounds, you're going to start with an inside defense. So an inside 1.5 rhythm of fighting or 360 and fight from there. We have people at different levels watching the video. So if you only know the 1.5 version we done last week or the 360 we done last week, stick with that. If you know low defenses, if you know scooping defenses, if you know stabbing defenses, you can start with all of those. Okay, so every single defense now has to start with a inside or outside defense. And a short burst of counter-attacking, and then you're going to rest and go again. 45 seconds, and that's our first 2 rounds. Starting the session in 3, 2, 1. Rest. For 30 seconds rest. Big thing we're looking for, guys, is speed, but repetitive speed. So like explosive and repetitive. Don't make it one long continuous round of fighting. Stop, take a breather, then go again. 5 seconds. Next 2 rounds, guys, are leg defenses. So you start with fighting stance, make an inside leg defense, you'll fight from there. Make an outside leg defense, like 360 with your leg and fight from there. You can make a stopping kick, then you can fight from there. Or you can make a hand defense and fight from there. 5 seconds. So breathers in between. So next round, exactly the same. Rest. Leg defenses, then finish them off. Trying to breathe. Keep your mouth closed. Breathe in your nose. Next round, guys, you're going to start facing sideways or facing backwards. And your first attack is going to be taking you to the front. 2 hammers, 2 elbows from behind. Or your 360 from the side. Or being pulled downwards. So this stuff we worked on earlier. Ready? 5 seconds. Next round the same. So like I said, try to keep your mouth closed, try breathing your nose during the break. At the start it will feel very uncomfortable, but if you work like that and even training, trying to breathe in your nose more, long term has great effect. Five seconds. Same round again. Good. The last round, a shadow fighting round. So a regular shadow fighting round like we've done for the first 11, 12 weeks. So we're switching from that start, stop, continuous to continuous stop. Okay, you're going from that self-defense, fast burst, to competition style now. Hands up, protect yourself at all time, in a fighting stance, continuous work, never stop. 3. Fifteen seconds. Good. Rest. Now both. Quick sip of water. Frog. Uh-oh. Stopping session. Now, we're back in, guys, and we're going to finish with our frog. So, I'll talk through it, although most people are sadly familiar with this. But what we want to do, start off, think like doing the splits with your legs. So straight line between your knees, get your knees as wide as possible, and get your ankle behind your knees. So your right ankle to your knees, your hips are between your knees, so don't come too far forward. That's cheating. And what you're going to do is just rock. Again here, keep your mouth closed, breathe your nose. Like I said, that will feel a little bit unusual. It'll feel unpleasant. You feel like you're gasping for air. There are times when you're working very hard. You can kick on the afterburner, open your mouth, you breathe through your mouth as well. But we try not to make it a habit. When I was in Poland last summer and I was running every morning, that's what I used to guide my pace. Mouth closed, breathe through my nose. And I went as fast as that would let me go. And like very, very quickly, because widen your knees a little bit, keep rocking very, very quickly. I was beating the times I was doing breathing with my mouth or not thinking about my breathing. So it's just a good thing to work on when you're drilling techniques. Go to your elbows. And again, like we said a couple of weeks ago, guys, you think of this as a soreness threshold. So 10 out of 10 will be like the most uncomfortable stretch. 1 out of 10 is like you're sitting on the couch. So here you want to be kind of 8 out of 10. So it should be tough. And as you're moving, it'll get easier. So when you feel it dropping out to 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, widen your knees that a little bit more. Shouldn't be painful. But like we said a few weeks ago, pain and discomfort are different things. Okay. So let's get our hips turning over. So drop one hip to the ground. The sole of your foot to the ceiling. Rock back and switch. Get your hips turning over. Rock back nice and deep. Drop the hip to the ground. Push the knees out a little more. We'll come back to our hands. And keeping that straight line from your knee across your hips. Let's bring one foot out. So from one foot to the other knee is a straight line. Push the foot out, and again rocking. And from here, let that foot turn. So as you get your hips coming back, getting that leg turning. Come back in, switch sides. Just rocking first. And push that foot out if you can. We get the foot turning. The hip turning right over. Shift back a little bit more now. You're really not going to like the next one. So the next one, lean on your hands. Get your 2 feet up. I'm rocking here. So what you need to do now is try to get all your weight onto your arms. Where are you on that discomfort scale now? Now I was going to do the hip flexor stretch. What I want you to do is gently walk your hands over, try not to fall, and sit back to here. And this will happen, so lift up your butt, scoot your feet out as far as you can, and sit down and just focus on keeping your feet like that. So I'm going to leave you guys here. I don't want you to stay in this position for a few minutes. This is a gentle stretch, and this is a very good way to stretch. But in a class of an hour, we don't have time. Maybe we'll stay here for 5-6 minutes or longer. And every so often, lift up your butt and go a little bit more. And don't make it too much of an effort. So this feels very uncomfortable now, just stay there. Just focus on losing the stretch, but 2 minutes, 3 minutes from now, it won't feel as uncomfortable. Lift up your hips, get your feet out a little bit more, and stay there. So it's a very gentle way to stretch. You're teaching your body this is a comfortable position to be in. it just takes time, and you can't do it in an hour of a class. And so if you're looking to stretch at home, this is a good way to do it. Sit down in front of the TV and go here. Okay, now what I would say, after you stand up in this position, you'll feel your hip flexors are tight. I always know that after I do the frog, if I don't do a couch stretch or even just a gentle hip flexor stretch, I feel how tight they are here, because everything else around there is loosened up. So do maybe the kneeling one. We talk about the pelvis for your tipping some water out the side, you make your body tall, or go to the wall and do a couch stretch. Again, lift your hips up now. Maybe you can get an extra centimeter out, and look, you've improved your maximum. So guys, just to finish up, we're starting back some outdoor training. So we had our first group on Monday. We're limited by places, or limited by the number. So we've done 3 groups, everybody training 1 day a week. And we're pretty much saying you stay with your day, because we need to know what days people are going to be there. It's important we keep a record of people there as well. It's one of the protocols. We're training in St. Joseph's School in Kildalcombe, where we always train with our regular classes on Saturday. So any of the people who didn't get the message about it, we put it in the Facebook group, and I text out some people, but maybe we don't have your phone number. Send me a message on Facebook to the club, or send me an email, or send me a text. My number is 087 285 5250. And I'll send on the details. That's for any of the club members who want to start some outdoor training. The plan is we'll train outdoors on the football pitch when it's dry. If the weather has been wet during the day but it's dry when we get there, we can train in the yard. So we don't need to train on the grass. If it's a light drizzle, I think we can still train. If it's very heavy rain and we need to cancel the session, we'll text out maybe an hour beforehand. So just keep your phone handy before training, check it before you leave, and keep an eye on the Facebook page. But hopefully we'll get a couple of weeks of training in. We don't know where we're going to be with the next phase with indoor training, but we'll let people know. And the club hasn't officially started back. So we're going to keep this Wednesday class going, because in case you're forgetting to push it a little bit more. We're going to keep this Wednesday class going, and even if you trained on Monday, well, if you're here, you're great, you've taken the advice. But if you start back tomorrow night or Friday night, try keep this session in. 2 reasons. Firstly, it's getting you 2 nights a week of training now, so when we get back to the heavy training, it won't be too much of a ramp up. And second reason is some people, for different reasons, can't make the outdoor training, so I want to keep this session going for them. So this is how you're going to support your club mates a little bit. You keep the Wednesday session going. So we had 17 people there tonight training, which is about average. We've had 17, 18 in the last couple of weeks. So I hope we do the same next week again. So guys, I'm going to get out of here. You stay here another couple of minutes. Okay, every so often look to push out a little more. And then I'll just show you. You're going to finish then. Maybe a hip flexor stretch, body tall, squeeze the glute, tip water out one side. Okay, so well done. A good session. Okay, next week we'll continue with a little bit more self-defense, and we're going to look at what happens if you're grabbed. And we said earlier, is a grab going to kill you? Short grab won't kill you, you fight. A choke could. So we need to deal with that and fight from that position. Okay, so well done. Get that.